Well, it seems everybody's still eating breakfast, waking up, doing their private business or the other stuff. Or for shame, for shame, for shame. I got a lot of updates and other stuff to talk about on the morning show. So starting early, and I just want to say it is the 7th day of June, Friday. We're gone through the first week, and I'm glad. Oh, yeah, sorry, I had to do that. Everybody's still sleeping. Anyway, it's currently 79 degrees and partly sunny. Supposed to get up to 100 again. So let's get the show started. Yeah. I know it's early. I've been up since, oh my God, I don't even want to think about it.
I won't stop, I'm here to get what I want. I'm not lost, I'm here to make it to the top. I'll take a shot, I'll overpower any boss. Cause I am not
Let's
someone
go.
that you would wanna cross.
I move quietly, like a shadow, there's a dark side to me. I work privately to go build and create my own dynasty. A new rivalry, it emerges ever so silently. But I got fight in me, so I'll squash anything that's trying me. I'm like, me versus you, I hope that you know what you're getting into. I got nothing to lose, so you better watch out, can't predict my moves. I'll make you irrelevant, I don't stop till I'm at the top settling. I live here like a local resident.
All right, good morning, everybody. Sorry, I did start about 20 minutes early, I believe, or 10 minutes. I don't know. I think it was 20 minutes early. I apologize, but I got a lot of updates and a lot of stuff to talk about. And yeah, let's see. Say good morning, everybody. Good morning, John Kemper. B. Charmin, good morning. Good to see you again. Harvest Murray, good morning. And of course, we got lurkers out there, so good morning to y'all too. So first and foremost, let's see my background. Yeah, that was my son Leo's wedding and his lovely bride. That happened the other weekend. So yeah, got other pictures and all that, but I decided to pick that one because that was see a little cute one. Maybe one day I'll tell you the background behind that picture, but I'm so proud of him. So well, thank you. And we're on the mountain, or yeah, the mountaintop as they call it, and you can see, it's kind of hazy at that point because it was the evening time. They picked the worst time, but it's better than if they would have picked earlier when we had the tornado, hail, rain, and everything else. Yeah, I don't think any of that stuff would have happened up on the mountaintop at that time. So, but okay. Now for other news. Let me adjust my picture. Dun dun dun. There I am. Okay. So yeah, the ones that are here probably want to know about Shift. Well, I got woken up from my late afternoon nap yesterday from a certain person And they're like, why don't you answer your text? Why don't you answer your phone? Blah, 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 blah. I'm halfway out of it because I tried taking a nap earlier and the doctor called me, and now I got to see them on Monday and all that other stuff. So, yeah, I didn't get a good nap, and I needed coffee at that point. So I made the person wait until I made coffee and started drinking it. And then she basically told me the story of what happened to Shift. And while she was telling me the story of what was going on and happened in the Shift, Shift ended up calling, so we did a three-way. So I guess Shift was at the cabin with her husband. They packed up and decided to, I guess they went to the casino for a little bit on the way home. And then when they made it home, she was in the house and she was going up the back stairs or something or another. And she said she took a step and she didn't feel her leg. And the next thing you know, she was on the stairs. She fell. Of course, luckily her husband was there with her. He immediately rushed her to the hospital and the MRI, X-rays, and all that. And it comes up to, she broke her femur. Yeah. So if everybody knows what the femur is, it's basically the bone, supposedly the strongest bone in the body, and it's on your thigh. So it was a clean break. It didn't break the skin, so that was the good part. Bad part is she couldn't walk. Another bad part, she was in a lot of pain. And when they got to the hospital, they drugged her up. And eventually, hours later, she was finally able to get some coffee, and the doctor looked at her and said, we need to operate. So the hospital she's at is like I can't remember what she said, but it's just a hospital for emergencies. All the other stuff goes to another hospital. So they only had a couple of doctors there, and the doctor she needed was a specialist who was going to do the surgery. But then another patient came in with the heart problems, so he had to do that one. So she got delayed until this morning to have her surgery. So she got to be doped up, have plenty of coffee, and plenty of rest. Now, what time she's doing her surgery, no idea. I was hoping she'd be up early. That's why I've been up half the morning, just in case. I told her to call me, text me, whatever she needed to. She woke up. But she probably just decided because she was doped up. They probably did it real early in the morning, like 4 or 5 in the morning. Since they made her wait from yesterday. But once everything goes through, supposedly her husband's going to be calling me or calling one of the other people, and then we'll get together, find out what's going on, and then we'll pass it on to you. So hopefully, I personally, she'll still be doped up, but if she calls and I can talk to her, I'd personally rather talk to her to make sure. And but if we do get all that information, how it went and all that before high noon, then I'll pass that on at high noon. But she was in good spirits, just a lot of pain, even with the drugs they gave her. Yeah, she was happy she had her 2 cups of coffee. Like I said, she went hours without coffee. No shift. Coffee is life. She needed that. I guess they're going to go in, they're going to put a metal plate and screws in her leg. And if you know anything about how they do the femur, the screws are going to be outside the skin for a couple of weeks. So, so they'll do that to try to get the femur back in place and all that. And then when they remove the screws, then they'll re-sew up the scars where the screws were and all that, and go from there. I mean, luckily, well, I have the video, but it was an orthopedic video for kids instead of adult. They didn't have any non-graphic femur surgeries for adults. They were pretty sickening, and I didn't think anybody wanted to watch any of those in the morning. I had one for a kid's one, and this was in the UK. Basically, she had a choice on hers that she could, they could do nothing and just set it real tight with a cast. And after about 6 weeks of her limping around, she might have a chance to be mobile again. Or she could have the surgery. Well, the little girl, chose the surgery. And 2 weeks later, they're removing the screws, and she went to physical therapy, and she's better now. So, yeah, so please continue praying for Shift Kicker. She's still got a ways to go, especially with physical therapy and the pain she's going to feel after the operation. I know once the drugs wear off, she's still going to be in pain. Oh, yeah. She's probably going to be there for about 4 days. And she was counting yesterday, but I want to count starting today that she'll be there for 4 days because normally they got to take care of stuff on that before they can release you from the hospital and all that. So I figured probably, see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Probably no earlier than Monday, no later than Tuesday, she'll be back home. Now, as far as her doing anything, no idea. I mean, she's going to be mobile, but not that mobile. She'll be using crutches. I don't know, crutches. I teased her about a walker or a wheelchair, but I know she won't use a wheelchair. She'll be using crutches. She will not. It's going to drive her crazy. I know that much. So, because she's got to be go, doing, and now she's got to slow it down. I asked her several questions while she was on drugs yesterday, not expecting anything, secret to come out and all that. I was just wondering, did she trip over a Lego or something, something make her fall? And she was like, no, she was just going up the stairs, normal, going up. And then next thing you know, she put her pressure down. She didn't feel her leg, and then she fell. So I don't know if the impact when her femur hit the stairs, it broke it or not. So that's the most I know right now. Yeah, she's definitely going to have therapy for a while. I would probably guess it's just the femur, maybe 2 months, 3 months minimum. I mean, they told me in all my surgeries that'd be 3 months minimum, and I made them liars by doing it in half the time. But of course, I went in there every day instead of suggested every other day and all that too. It's like, no, unless it's going to hurt me, I'll be in there freaking doing it. And she's just not going to be able to ride her bike for a little while. And I know she's going to want to. So she may do that physical therapy a whole lot more or just do it at home to get better faster because it's motorcycle riding time. Yeah, I wondered too, but I thought about that when she fell off the bed and messed up her shoulder. Maybe she hurt her femur too or fractured it or something, but she never mentioned walking with a limp or her leg hurting or anything either. But I mean, hey, it's possible. But like I said, once we can get her on the phone and talk to her, do some FaceTime, that'll be awesome. I don't think that'll be today. It'll be remarkable if she freaking jumps up on a high noon if she's coherent, but I'm not expecting it. I just really hope I get a phone call or some kind of text or something. A little video message saying she's doing good, surgery went good. And now we count down the days. So I know that's what people really wanted to come forward was the Shift Kicker. And I appreciate everybody putting out their prayers on the community page and the ones that mentioned it in a couple of the streams I was at last night. Yeah, I was really wiped out after hearing that news and stressed. She says stay stressed, stay blessed, not stressed. But, when you care for somebody so much, that stress is just going to hang there no matter how much you try not to think about it. So I'm just hoping the silver community understands that the modding may go slow. I don't think she'll be back and forth on that because she's probably going to have to cut down on her drinking of coffee too because she ain't going to be able to do many reverse coffee breaks without having problems. So, yeah. But she'll get back. She's in good spurts. She's got all the prayer words out there praying for us, and I appreciate it, and I love y'all for doing that. Okay, so let's see, and go back to something else because I know in 10 minutes somebody's going to show up and they're going to ask all the questions. I'm going to just say, watch the restream or wait till high noon. Oh, I can save my voice sometime today, so when she does call, I can talk to her and I lost my voice. So, yeah, so it is currently again. Oh, now it's 82 degrees and sunny here in West Central Texas. And yeah, guess what? It's going to reach triple digits again. Gotta love it. So let me go back down here because I don't like looking at my mug. So let's see. Can I do that one? Yeah, I'll do that. I'd rather look at that picture. And there's plenty more pictures, and I'm still debating which ones I want to order. Since I was able to download them all for free, I mean, I could just put them on a USB drive and take them to Walgreens to get the cheap way. But I want to get a couple of nice 8x10s and all that. Have one with both my boys and me, and you know, and then of course we got the wedding party for the mom and dad sides with the bride and groom. So, but the big one I want is basically one of the husband and the wife, and definitely one with myself and my boys. So, be charming. You say you're 82, feels like 89. Yeah, it's going to be another hot one. I mean, I think Sunday they're saying that Amarillo and Lubbock might be in the 70s because of cold front coming in. Yeah, that's not going to affect us here. Where I'm at, it's going to be, yeah, I think 90s minimum. Down with the heat index will be higher, so. But, yeah, all the lurkers are, have left after finding out. They wanted to know what happened to Shift so they could talk about it. Yeah. Wah. That's all I got to say. You can't wish good on other people. Karma's going to get you. That's all I got to say. I'm ready for fall. As long as fall's in the 70 degrees with a heat index of maybe like 73. Yeah. With a nice slight breeze. Oh, yeah. Fall would be nice. You know, and there's, you know, and the news, as we're talking about weather, I'll bring it up. The news are saying that the oceans have risen. All the ice is melting and all that. They have risen all around the world. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, get your head back in your butt. It's not global warming. It's not climate change. It's a natural cycle. You know, and if they look at the time period, we are overdue for a mini ice age, if not a full-blown ice age. And if you know history of ice ages and mini ice ages, yeah, it starts melting, gets hot, and then bam, hello. So what if we don't have a full summer? What if we don't have any fall and we just go straight into winter? Wouldn't that be weird, like August? Especially here in Texas, the hottest month for us is August. If winter just started in August and just got cold and stayed cold for like 6 months, where's our climate change theory going to be then? Oh, come on, Harvest Bear Moon. There ain't no underwater volcanoes. That's just somebody farting in the hot tub. Yep. Yep, on that. Yep, I love the pumpkins and the color of the trees changing. Yep. I like it. Nice, cool weather. Hey, Mike B, good morning. I started early because it's Friday. Yep, TGIF. So, yeah. But I think we're just in an abnormal cycle that they haven't freaking kept because they've only been keeping weather records and all that for about 100 years. Everything else is guesswork for them. You know, they go, oh, well, we could tell there was a tsunami here because we dug and we could see the layers. All that's fine and dandy, but was it really a tsunami? Maybe the ocean water was because it was hot. All the icebergs melted. And the water levels are really, really high. Just threw a freaking question mark in their theory of everything. So, yeah, I think it bite me on that one. You know, I personally think we need to put like Greta and, I can't even remember half the squad on a rocket and pay Elon Musk to send their asses to Uranus. because they know everything politically correct and they know everything about climate change. So let's send them to Uranus and have them meet the aliens there, and they can figure it out themselves. Now, it'll probably take about 40 years to get there. So think about it. 40 years, we don't have to put up with them. Yeah. Oh, did I say they had a choice? Oh, no. They're being voluntold to go. Yep, exactly. They can't prove their theory. They changed the theory to make it look like they're smart. Oh, no, Mike. You got to think about all that hot helium air they're spilling out. That might freaking cause a freaking disaster if you throw them into the sun. That's why I said send them to Uranus. You know, I would say send on a Pluto, but Pluto's not a planet according to all the freaking dumbasses. Hey, Ginger Ninja, good morning. So let's see. Ooh, yeah, I got to do this. I saved a couple of stories. I figured out how I could save them. It doesn't jack up my computer, I hope. King, good morning. Good to see you. Okay, I'm on another screen right now. So, excuse me for writing something in chat. I'm not seeing it right now until I can bring up something I need to bring up. There's my favorites. Go to news if I can find where the news is. I mean, there's so much stuff at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm just going to try to save everything. Oh, yeah. Okay. The first one is Joe Biden during a speech at D-Day, of course, in France or Normandy, wherever they held it this year. It's the same place, Normandy, I know. But I guess they got some videos out there from the mainstream media. And some of them, as he turns to look at Macron, and he kind of like bends down like he's needing to find a chair so he can poop. Yeah. So if y'all find, look up that Joe's speech. And then, supposedly his wife said for him not to sit down and trying to keep him standing during the whole thing. Because if he sat down, of course, then, he poops his pants, but just look at his facial expression. You're going to ball up and he's shitting his pants right up on stage. Yeah, they should have freaking gave him something to be constipated. So, yeah. And, okay, first story I'm definitely going to bring up is this came from United Liberty. 193 representatives voted to disarm veterans by allowing the VA to use backdoor gun control. Yeah, you know what they've been trying to do. Yeah, if you do this, you do that, and you're getting health care from the VA. The VA's doctor can say you're not competent enough to own a handgun anymore. And 193 representatives. Yeah, think about it. I want that list. Because I want to blast that list and make sure they got no Secret Service. They can't have any guns. They get no VA care. Yeah, let's freaking reverse this crap on them. Because the people that know how to use the weapons aren't the ones going to schools and malls and stuff and shooting people. They're not the veterans doing it. If you do get a veteran doing it, it's one that was probably in maybe 4 years, or they got kicked out and they still consider them a veteran, which I don't. If they got kicked out and got dishonorable discharge, they shouldn't even be considered a veteran until they plead their case and win their case. So, stuff like that. So I don't know what the representatives are thinking about, but, hey. Okay, let me go to the next one because the next one was a real good one. I think he's even got a video. And I know you guys like videos. No, that's not the one. Come on now. So I already forgot how to find it. Just looking for the freaking folder. Oh, there it is. All right, I'll bring that one up. So, oh, I gotta stop this video from playing. Turn it on. And then I gotta share. So let me see if anybody put anything on there real quick in the chat before I share. Yeah, I think the senators and the representatives finally realized that they're going to be targets. And I don't think it's going to be the veterans that are going to go after them. They got to freaking understand that. It's going to be the street thugs that don't freaking register their weapons. They buy them off the corner, street, like they used to do in the 70s, 80s, the 38 specials. And the politicians don't understand that's just still going on. It's just better than 38 specials now. No, I didn't see that one, Mike. I'll have to look that one up. But, okay, so we're doing that. Let me see how I can share this because it's coming up with different. Oh, come on. Present. Share screen. There's times that people want to say stuff like, oh, you can't succeed and all that. Well, look at all the stuff that Texas has been doing. And here's another one that they're doing. And a lot of people don't realize it. And it's just starting to build more and more of the foundation. We're tired of freaking, the administration and the way they're doing stuff. And eventually it's going to come to call where the states are going to split up. So let me put this in here. And let me see if I'm going to be able to get it to work. Okay, go big until I have it playing.
To launch a new national stock exchange, firms like BlackRock and Citadel Securities, dozens of individual investors have raised $120 million for the exchange with the goal of making a first trade by late 2025.
And basically, this one is talking about Texas Governor Abbott is creating a new stock exchange here in Texas to compete against the freaking one in New York. Let me see if I can bring it up on the right one now. I don't know if y'all seen it, heard the story, or anything else, but yeah. And of course, we go straight to that. So,
state of Texas has plans to launch a new national stock exchange. Firms like BlackRock and Citadel Securities, dozens of individual investors have raised $120 million for the exchange with the goal of making a first trade by late 2025 and listings by 2026. For more on this, let's bring in Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Governor, thanks for joining us. I don't feel like being nice to you. I'm at the NASDAQ, and I'm in New York City where we have the New York Stock Exchange. Everything's moving to Texas. Can't you just leave well enough alone at this point? What are you doing?
So, first of all, listen, I have great respect for the NASDAQ, for the New York Stock Exchange, but also one thing that we believe in, and that is competition as well as capitalism. And we want to make sure that Texas, which I think may be the #1 state for listings on the New York Stock Exchange, is going to provide the opportunity to expand capitalism for companies whose only agenda is capitalism, as opposed to certain other ideologies that may be forced upon them by these other exchanges. And so, listen, we know the difficulty factor about starting something like this.
No, I was just playing devil's advocate there. When you look at a lot of the things that go on in New York City, and a lot of the regulations, and perhaps a financial transaction drive, you've got ESG. Board members of certain companies have to comply with ESG. I think it's pretty rich that BlackRock, really the company that spearheaded all that stuff, is helping out here. I don't understand how that works.
Well, BlackRock has been working to try to eliminate, the tarnish on their reputation by using ESG. Remember, Texas passed a law that and ESG and punish companies like BlackRock. And now the ESG movement is changing dramatically. And this is particularly important to the state of Texas, which is one of the reasons why we wanted to establish capital markets here in the state of Texas, because think of the prolific oil and gas industry that's not going away. It's going to be here for the rest of your life. And we need to make sure that Texas companies and companies similarly situated are not going to be cut off from capital markets in New York with policy decisions made from the left in places like New York. And we think because of that, because of some other reasons, there actually is a big market opening for this stock exchange in the state of Texas.
Yeah, and I know it's been something that the state has wanted to do for a while. Probably will work this time. Can we talk about just some of the border stuff that we're seeing now,
Sure.
and some of the president's comments? Because both sides know how to work things, obviously, and know how to utilize. I don't know whether it's electioneering, but does he have a point when he says that the most comprehensive bipartisan border bill, that Republicans didn't back it because Donald Trump told them not to back it, and now he's forced to have to do something? Republicans gave him that ability to use that talk.
Okay. So, I cut that off because there's a couple others.
Ready?
Some are going to be talking about the border and stuff and things that happened yesterday. A lot of people don't realize. So I'm trying to find the other videos really
He's
quick.
a liar too. He's just as bad a liar as his.
And she was talking about Hunter Biden, by the way. So I'm trying to see if I can find the other one. But yeah, I got to scroll through all these videos to get to it. But ooh. Okay, I found the hornet's nest. I found that. I'm trying to find the one where they ended up saving illegal immigrants' lives of being smuggled in because of the heat. So I'm trying to see if I can find it. I'm almost there. I'm hurrying. I know. Oh, I got a video on the giant venomous flying spiders that's going across the East Coast. No, none of y'all seen it. So just let me know. I'll play that one also. Okay, I got to go back over here real quick. Hey, good morning, longboarding mom. Your first Monday, yeah. Yeah, now is the time to really be looking into who you elect in your local and your state governments, because it's getting worse. And the reason I played that part with Abbott and all that, and he's doing the stock exchange, if you realize, y'all know deep down inside that it's been rigged, the stock exchange, for forever and a day, just like the Fed is. I mean, saw a story where, what's her name, the female from the Fed, has been playing against the rest of the Fed to try to make the Fed collapse. And I wouldn't pass it by it. And yeah, Mike Beasley, you saw the pictures of how big those things are. Yeah. So, yeah. So let me do this. On to the next one. Oh, well, still going to say Governor Abbott, but it's not the Abbott one now. So let's go volume.
Welcome back
You're watching live now from Fox. Thanks for being with us on this Thursday. It's June 6th. I'm your host, Carl Lahara. For the past hour and a half or so, we've been out at an event in Phoenix, Arizona, former President Donald Trump hosting a campaign rally there. But now we'd like to segue and get into some other top headlines that we have been following. The first one is this. We have here some aerial footage courtesy of KABB. Just moments ago, a helicopter flying overhead on what was a smuggling operation out of Bexar County, Texas. Here's what we know so far. 11 people were hospitalized and 7 smuggling suspects were arrested today after authorities found more than 24 migrants.
It doesn't look like it's is it plane or is it frozen? I can't freaking tell.
Water and in sweltering heat.
I'm thinking they froze it and they don't want me to play it.
You're watching live now from Fox. Thanks for being with us on this Thursday. It's June 6th. I'm your trailer with little water and in sweltering heat. Acting on a tip about a smuggling operation, authorities followed the trailer as it was towed to a rural residence outside San Antonio. That's according
I don't know if y'all can see the picture or not, so
Salazar.
I'm not getting no answers
some more
from you.
comments from that sheriff. He did provide an update on this very important topic, especially as we were listening to the former president discussing the situation at the border security. That was pretty much the main point of his entire discussion today in Phoenix. And we know that earlier this week, current President Joe Biden, he did issue an executive order to try to get some control at the border. But let's listen into what we know from the Bexar County Sheriff on the scene.
Here in the heat, it's under control, but it was a pretty chaotic situation at the beginning of this. So let me just give you some numbers to start with. At present, we've got about 27 victims, smuggling victims. 11 of those have been transported to the hospital for various heat-related and minor medical injuries. EMS was out here with us. The ESD2 was out here with us. Acadian Ambulance. STRAC, as far as and Bexar County emergency management folks, everybody worked together beautifully. And the Border Patrol agents that are here, everybody worked together beautifully to bring this thing to as peaceful a status right now as we could have. This morning we received information that there was a smuggling operation in effect, that several dozen people were being smuggled. What we knew is that it was the smuggling method was some sort of a long gooseneck trailer that was being utilized. So we were able to establish surveillance on it as it was moving this way. Our undercovers from our transnational group, from the organized crime unit, were able to get eyes on the trailer as it came into the location, being towed by a fifth wheel work truck and trailed by an SUV that we believe was going to be a decoy vehicle or a counter surveillance vehicle. They saw the vehicle pulling the trailer and the trail vehicle pull in here, and we had aircraft up giving us air support. We were able to verify that there were several people moving around the trailer, is what we were told. Well, what we were able to find out is that they used that time to unload the people from the trailer. It's a gooseneck trailer, long with 2 corrugated pipes on it that are like culvert type pipes. That was the decoy load. Underneath is a large false compartment that these people were just laying down in there, exposed to the elements, basically laying on really hard mesh. And while they were transported here from the border, they reported being in that compartment for upwards of about 3 hours. Obviously, not much by way of water. So hence the medical emergencies, the heat-related injuries that we have. They were able to be brought into the house. Once we verified that there had been people in a trailer, the quick concern for us became, what's their medical condition like? So we actually went in under exigent circumstances to safeguard, make sure that nobody within there was critically ill or even worse, dying. We went in and we secured the residence. Several people ran from the residence on foot. So right now, aside from the 26 victims that we have 7 suspects under arrest that were involved in the smuggling operation itself. So 26 and 7 total. I'm sorry. So my mistake. It's 26 total. 7 suspects. So of those 11, they've all been taken to area hospitals. The remaining 19, I believe, are going to be taken in for questioning. At present, we don't know who is going to be arrested, if they have any additional going to jail as a result of the operation itself. It's quite common for coyotes to pass themselves off as victims. So in other words, they'll blend in with the crowd of victims, and only until we start drawing the information out of them is then we're able to determine that this is not a victim, this is a bad guy. At present, the feds are here, HSI and Border Patrol are here, and they're going to be taking over the status of the victims. So at present, we just don't know who else may be going to jail. What I said in Spanish, guys, that I neglected to tell y'all in English, so I'll repeat it now, is in the back residence, we actually found several bulletproof vests, as well as long rifles that were used. I don't know if any of those rifles were automatic or semi-automatic, but it is quite possible. I mean, obviously, those are natural things to find in a smuggling operation like this. Clearly, cartel related. So at present, we're just going to be unraveling this whole thing. But we can tell you definitively, we think everybody's out of the woods as far as losing their life. Thankfully, we think that with the help of our other stakeholders, we got them to the hospital quickly.
Welcome back to your
Okay, so yeah, so you see,
Spiders is actually coming. They're called
yeah, I'm not going to show that since somebody asked not to show the spiders. Hey, Camel Carl, how you doing? Hi, Joyce McCullough, good to see you. Yeah, they've been getting quite a few trailers and stuff like that in San Antonio or Bexar County itself. And luckily, this one came out good. They've been really cranking up their intelligence for it because last year, I think they had over 70 people they found in semis dead because of the heat. When they got there and opened up the trailers and stuff, yeah, all the illegals that are being smuggled in were all dead because of the heat. So yeah, they're trying to crack down and break that down and all that. I mean, at least they really just want to catch them before they get smuggled in. But we don't know if they, smuggled them driving across the border, which I don't think they did. I think it's more that they're having these trailers meet them at a certain location after they come in through the fence. Then they load them up and they try to move them across the country, get them closer to the cities. And as far as for getting to DC, well, that's where they end up turning themselves in. But there's not going to be no more free rides. Well, yeah, Abbott's not going to be busing no more. He's going to be busing them back across the border. So. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, Mike B. Let me see. I think that was the next video anyway. Yep, it is. Okay, so were you able to see that other video or just hear it? Because when I go to the other screen, because it's Microsoft Edge, I can't come back to Google on YouTube to see what chat's saying and all that. So were you able to watch that video of the immigration bust? Somebody's got to put something in chat so I know yes, no, maybe so. I don't know. I know there's a 30-second lag, but hey. Okay. All right. So if you're squirmish to spiders, you may not want to watch this. So let's see. Go back to that one. Go big.
So we thought we only had to worry about the invasion of the cicadas, but apparently an invasion of spiders is actually coming. They're called Joro spiders, and they're hard to miss because they're bright yellow and giant with 4 legs. They also fly. Before people freak out, they are venomous, but do not pose a threat to humans or pets. And if you're wondering when they're coming, they're already here. People have reported seeing them across the East Coast, and researchers say
They're on their way to New York. It could pop up any day. I've heard scientists
Lovely.
describe them as gentle giants, and they're kind of like reclusive. Though.
We had them here in Georgia. This remember this 2 years ago is when they really started growing here. One of our writers, Alan, had one in his yard. So these are everywhere. Those legs are 4 inches long.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I don't believe them. I think they're still venomous because I saw a report that said that
Now to our
they need to be
Joining me now
careful.
on set is NBC News.
But yeah. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get that last video that they talked, but they're talking about like in Chicago. Okay, I'm going to show you the new scam that the illegal immigrants are doing. All right, B, have a good one. Enjoy your therapy. I know it's Friday. Hopefully it's quick and easy for you. Okay, so the new scam, especially in Chicago right now and expected to the other northern states, eastern and everywhere else, is, you know how there's a federal law that states, you know how if they're illegal, they're afraid to call the cops if they're a victim of crime because they're afraid to get deported, right? So they made a law where if they're a victim of crime, they help the police try to solve the crimes, that they get be able to cut in the line if everybody else has been waiting to get citizenship, so they can get citizenship. So now these people are organizing with the illegals and setting up fake crimes. So the illegals, they got to pay these hoodlums to do these fake crimes, so the illegals could turn around and pretend to be victims, so they could jump up in front of the line and they can get citizenship before anybody else because they're a victim. And right now, Illinois is really pushing that a lot, and they're finding out after they arrested several organized hoodlums. I won't say if they're gang or anything else, but you can kind of probably figure it out in your neck of the woods. They got busted for doing that, and they estimate about 7,000 to 8,000 illegals have gotten jump ahead of the line already because of all these fake crimes. And there was one that was in the news about a month ago. There was a shop. I can't remember the name of the shop, but the store owner supposedly got shot in the arm. Nothing life-threatening and all that. And even the police said when they did the investigation, they're kind of like, well, you're lucky you got shot in the arm. It's like a graze only. I'm surprised he didn't fire more bullets to, try to kill you because you're a witness. Now they're opening up the investigation again on that store owner because they're thinking he might be tied to stuff there. He had several robberies and several illegals, not only at that store, but other ones that he owns that have been claiming that they're victims. So, yeah. Yeah, murder hornets are still around. They just haven't been talking about them. But what's driving these spiders to go all the way to New York? I bet it's the cicadas. Yep, I bet they are. Yeah, those spiders are huge. They're just, the same length as daddy long legs, but they're colorful. You're lucky you see them. By the time you see it when it's flying, it's landing on you. Hopefully it's not on top of your head or something, back of your neck. And they say, yeah, they're not dangerous. I read things that some of them are venomous, depending on your immunity state, if it's strong or not. Yeah, they could put you in a hospital if you got a weakened immunity. Yeah. So if you got a weakened immunity, think about it. You get bit by that spider, don't worry about it. You'll just get a bump. You'll feel bad for a couple of days, and then you're in the ICU with a ventilator because you have a weakened immunity. Yeah, that's what the experts are talking about. You know, so you could consider them not, their venom's not going to kill you, but is your immunity system really up to par to handle what they're freaking shooting in you? You know, how do we know that the Gates Foundation didn't create these things and release them? Yeah, think about it. Yep. Hey, they did that to mosquitoes and some other things. But, you know, consult your doctors, consult your insect experts in your area, because I ain't insect professional. Yep, I agree with you, Camel Coral. It all depends on the person's body. Ouch. Oh, I know that had to hurt, that many freaking yellow jackets hitting you. So, yeah. See how long I've been going? Oh, almost an hour now. Wow. Good thing I went early. Oh, no. This is saying the Biden administration has finalized a controversial new retirement rule. I'm going to click on that because it just popped up, even though it was being reported 2 hours ago. Here are the 5 things you need to know now. Yeah, because, you know, they've been pushing to try to push retirement to a 70, so they take more of the Social Security money out before they have to pay it to you. Let's see, I'm trying to see. And there's no film. There's no little picture thing. You know, the Biden administration just wants to take your money away from you. Oh, look at this. Good news is the Biden administration has stepped in to give investors more protection from conflicts of interest. Well, paying more taxes is a conflict of interest. So you're going to lower our taxes? I don't think so. Recently finalized retirement security rule is aimed at ensuring these professionals actually work for the clients they serve. This rule isn't without controversy, though, as some argue it could actually make getting help harder. Oh, yeah. The people are making money. They're not going to help. See, the first thing they'll look for is more advisor will be considered fiduciarists. Yeah, because they ain't going to be paying paid. Number 2, it requires investment advisors to work for you. Yeah, they're in it for their cut of the money. Number 3, it could save Americans money. Which Americans? The 1%? Yeah. Number 4, it could make accessing advice harder. Yeah, because that means they're going to have to charge you if you want to know it. They ain't going to give it to you for free. And it's going to take effect in September 2024. So yet another way Biden's screwing the American public. Don't believe me? Look it up yourself. And I'm trying to remember how they freaking named it again. I'm looking. So retirement security rule. Look that up and see if it agrees that they're going to save you money, because I don't think it's going to freaking do crap but take more money from you. All right, Harvest Mary, you have a good one. We love you. Be safe. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks for Bobby saying. I read an article that it's got venom and that it won't do anything to most people, but some people can have reactions to the venom. Yep, exactly. I read that one too, and then I read a couple others from venomous experts that said, yeah, if your immune system is weakened, you could be in trouble. Yeah, I personally myself might be. I believe it's the pollen, because ever since they had that big California fire, and then Canada had theirs, now that smoke was pushing in from the west and the north. And everybody stopped talking about the cloud seeding because they couldn't see it. You know, and then the pollen got really bad. I mean, Texas has gone with freaking high points of pollen since, I think, last spring. Even during the winter, even when it rains, our pollen is so high We've had days that say don't go outside. I mean, they started finally reporting that on the UV when we had the X flares and stuff. But before in the past they'd say, "Oh, limit your time," and now they're like, "Don't even go out, stay inside." Run your air purifiers while you're running your AC in your house. How many times you seen that in the last 30 years telling you to run your air purifier while you're inside with your AC? Think about it. Yeah, so they're definitely doing stuff. I don't know if it's the cloud seeding, but they're definitely releasing something, and it's, yeah. On over 12 months of high rate pollen here. Yeah, even when there's still freaking leaves on the trees. Yeah, think about it. So, yeah. Okay, I'll go take another peek at the other stuff, but I don't know. I guess Star Wars actress Mandela Stenberg. White people remarks sparks fury. Yeah, it figures. I think I'm going to start reporting on some of theirs. See how they like it. Maybe I'll get on freaking The View and I can call Whoopi Goldberg a racist because she is. Hey, Lady D, how you doing? Nah, you're not seriously late. I started really, really early. And don't worry, if you want to know the update on Shift and Life with Bobby and Camel Coral, she's in the hospital. She's supposed to have her operation today. And any other information I do have, you can either restream the beginning of it or wait till high noon. I'm hoping to have updates or actually get to speak to her, if not her husband. Because I don't know exactly what time, if she already had surgery or she's in surgery now. But, yeah, that's the best I could do. I'm trying to save my voice so if she does call on that point. So please don't take no offense on it. Now I'm trying to get my news feed to come up again. Like I said, there are a lot of updates and Russian propagandist threatens missile deployment near U.S. Yeah, well, we already know, Putin said he's going to do an exercise. He didn't contact the White House as a courtesy to let them know they're doing, exercise maneuvers in the Caribbean. Mainly today, it did come out that they're going to be stopping in Cuba because, they need an airport to land their aircraft. So, of course, Cuba. And Pinball Predators, we watched him this morning, basically came up with the same, scenario as I did. Yeah. Remember the Bay of Pigs? Yeah, the Cuban Missile Crisis. Call it an exercise. I don't trust Putin. He's probably moving stuff there under the guise of exercise. Yeah, think about it. But that would be suicide for Cuba because, it's just a small little landmass and it'd be so easy to freaking take him out. I don't even think we need more than 2 Moabs and we could take care of all their structure. So according to the U.S. economy, they added a whopping 272,000 jobs. But if you look at the index, yeah, we've fallen way behind. We have more, imports than exports. Our deficit has gotten bigger. We're buying more from China, and they're not buying shit from us. I think it's time just to cut them off completely. Okay, and Florida Governor DeSantis signs Casey Carly law. I'm going to have to look that up because I have no idea what that is. So, you'll be yelling Florida news do, so yeah. And now we have a cookie recall. Check the FDA website to find out which cookies are affected. let's see. What else? Oh, yeah, there's a plan in the works to fast-pace American troops to Europe if the Ukrainian Rustic situation starts attacking NATO and stuff. I completely disagree with that. They should have had plenty of time all these years to freaking build up their shit. If they're not ready for it, then they'll figure out a way. Think about it. We can't support Ukraine forever and then freaking try to help Europe. Then we can't help Israel. And then we got the deal with freaking Taiwan. And then we got North Korea. Yeah. And, any way, shape, form, if this administration and this party is in charge, the hell if I'm promoting and telling people to freaking join up and go fight Biden's war. Because you see it left and right almost every day. He's pushing and pushing and pushing. When his ass should just stay shut up, sit down, and poop your pants. So, I know a lot of people are probably getting bent out of shape because I say it, but, it's true. I could give you the military perspective of it. Remember when Biden gave authorization for Poland to use, or Ukraine to use military artillery and weapons into Russia? Well, didn't Putin say if any military stuff is used, that's an act of war? So why is Biden, Biden's trying to stand there while pooping his pants, acting like he's a big dog? Like, oh, I'm not going to take your threat. So you're just pushing the button so we can freaking have the war go on, huh? So that's why I call it Biden's war. But I warned you even before when he first came in. Have your kids get out of the military. Don't freaking have them sign up for shit. Under the clause, too, if he tries to do the draft under the clause, that it's not fair that only guys have to register for the draft to get pulled in. If you want to do it, then you need to start pulling in all the politicians' kids. Send them first, and then women, too. So that's sexist. If you want to fix it, start sending women. They'll be tied up in court so long they can't draft nobody then. And let's see how far Biden goes. Think about it. And I'm not here, hey, Caden Friday, good to see you. I'm not here trying to scare anybody we're in World War III or anything else. But that's the way they keep pushing it. That's what they keep selling and everything they're doing. You don't even have to read between the lines. Just read the edges. Save the filling of the Oreo cookies for later. Because I tell you what, some of those cookies they got in those MREs suck. You're going to wish you say that filling from the Oreo cookies. No matter how bioengineered they are, they'll still taste better. Yep. But, what can we do? We can organize, And, the mainstream media still push Mr. T was trying to overthrow, trying to stop the 2020 election. And it was like, he made some words, but he didn't say go out there and beat their ass. I mean, you remember certain Democratic female people and their videos are out there still on the internet because you can't get rid of them. They're saying, you go out there and you go kick them and you burn that down. Why aren't any of them in federal court being prosecuted? They're representatives and senators. Yeah. Think about it. Is a two-justice system. It's weaponized for the Democrats and screw everybody else. So think about it. You go to jail or you can go fight Biden's war and die for his freaking efforts of hiding his secrets and making them richer. and his buddies richer. Nah. Jail sounds like a good choice. Then you take all the prisoners, send them to go fight the war. Think about it. You want to kill people? We'll send you over there and you go kill them. Kill them over there. Just don't tell them we're never going to pick them up after the war's over. Just go leave them in that country. Yep, exactly, Camel Carl. And they said it's going to happen in the end of days. Good is going to be considered evil, and evil is going to be considered good. All I got to say is, the White House needs to start ordering some stick-ups because they need to start slapping them on his freaking inside of his suit because we keep shitting in his pants in public. Boy, I know some people are like, ooh, this is a good place for a stick-up. Remember those commercials? Yeah, that stuff was strong, too. If you opened it all the way and stuck it on the wall or something. They could stick it to his belt. What the hell? And I don't know how to pronounce that one, so starts with XY, xylitol, xylitol sugar substitute. And I'm trying to see where the story's at. I'm pretty sure they're freaking recalling it too. It's probably causes cancer, like all the other stuff that they said was safe for you. Oh yeah, it says may increase risk of heart attack, stroke, the study finds. If you look at it, just use regular sugar in moderation. It's all natural. They didn't add anything to it. If you're using too much, use honey instead. That's natural too. Don't be buying the crap that they say, well, this is healthier for you. Because in 20 years, they're going to say, oh, we were wrong. It wasn't really healthy for you. But, we go to Viral Chatter. About a week ago, they posted. They have a story said, man spills the beans on wood pulp in popular cheeses. And they're showing a bowl of shredded cheese. I want to say it looks like shredded cheddar, but, hey, I don't know. I'm not going to read the story. And like I said, it's viralchatter.com. And that's where you can find that one if you're worried about your shredded cheeses. And let's see. Last thing I'm going to look at here. Yeah. Whatever. Oh, that's it. I'm not going to look at no more news. Yep, exactly, Mike. Like he says, end of days, get right with the Lord, and then have water, food, gear, supplies was to start fire, purity, fire, water. You can have all the gear in the world. If you don't know how to use it, it's worthless. Exactly. If you don't know how to use it or anything else, all you're doing is storing it for somebody else to come around that does know how to use it and take it from you. Well, now when everything breaks apart, it's suicide if you're trying to rush to the gas station, the grocery store, the lumber yard, anything else. Oh, you did 11-second short. Awesome, Camel Carl. Congratulations, 10,000 views. Yeah, that's crazy. Have you noticed that usually it's the shorts? There's most people nowadays, they just want something quick and fast. So when you do shorts, they watch that more. I have good days on my shorts and bad days on my shorts. But either way, I don't poop in my shorts. Ha ha! That was about a joke. Sorry, I had to. But, yeah, some days I get high numbers and other days I'll get like 3. But that's okay. Yeah, I know something to talk about. It's not everybody's trend. But, when you're waiting in a long line at the DMV, at the grocery store to buy all your stuff you want to freaking take home, what's better than watch a couple of shorts, see what's going on in the day? It might remind you about something. Hey, Jenny, sweetheart. Good morning. How you doing? I already did the update on shift. I will do another one if I get a phone call or anything else on high noon at 11 o'clock Central, 12 o'clock Eastern. Hopefully we'll have good news that she's recovered. Either her or her husband will call me, one of the two. And if you want to hear everything else, updated what happened and all that, it's the beginning of this stream that you'll be able to watch. But yeah, let's see. It's already going to be 9:19. So yeah, I'll give another 11 minutes. I'm going to cut it off. That way I can drink some warm tea and rest my throat a little bit in case Shiv calls or her husband, so I can ask the important questions. But the big thing is Shiv will be in the hospital for a minimum of 4 days. Yep. And that's why if you go watch the restream at the beginning of the stream, you'll see what all happened. I can't go through it because I think I explained it for like 10, 15 minutes. Everything went on. But I will be here in high noon, and we'll have my throat liquefied with honey and tea. And no, I'm fighting the pollen right now. And my throat's starting to get scratchy, like it's almost sore. That's because I'm talking a lot. So I'm not used to talking this much. That's why I like having Shift up here with me. But, under the circumstances, I understand. But, yeah. And let's see, what else? And by then, hopefully my allergy medicine will kick in. And we'll go from there. But, yeah, any shift questions, all I can say is watch the restream, at least the first 10, 15 minutes. And when I switch over from what happened to shift, I start shorting videos and stuff where you can cut it off. Or you can just wait till high noon at 11 o'clock Central. Because I'm pretty sure I'll repeat everything again, and hopefully I'll have updates. So, but, and I'm not trying to be rude, as I can tell my throat, even when I plan to do the morning show. I was doubting, should I do a morning show or just start high noon earlier and just cover everything? But I knew how my voice would be if I tried doing a long high noon. So I was like, no, I better cut it up. But yeah. Please keep praying for her until we find out everything went good. She'll never know. Hopefully, when they do the surgery, everything goes well, and they don't forget anything inside her leg. That's all I got to say, because that would suck them having to go back in there because they forgot a scalpel or, the sponges or a syringe or something. You've heard all those hospital nightmares. So, but, matter of fact, I think I'm going to have a gummy, see if that gummy will help. And, yeah, we're supposed to hit triple digits today. I don't know how far from the center of the U.S. eastward the triple digits going to go, but it ain't no joke. I can't remember the number, but there's quite a few. It's been several hundred people have already passed because of the heat, and several thousand have gone to the hospital. Hey, B&J, Little Farm. Good morning, Jess. But good to see you, and prayers to you also about your garden. Hopefully something is recoverable from it. All right, we'll be looking for that story, Mike. And these gummies are kind of helping a little bit. But yeah, well, I got B&J here. She's going live tonight for Friday night normal. And if I remember correctly, it's at 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern. You can drop in, give her a thumbs up, and see what's all that about. I usually try to do that and say hi, and then I put it on the TV. I like listening. Yep. Now, B&J, I miss you in the mornings. I know it's hard with everything going on and all that for you to stream every morning and early. But I sure do miss you there in the mornings making, bacon. Bacon. Pancakes. I'm joking. Nice takes precedence. There's sometimes, I'm up that early most of the time, and I'm like, should I stream? Nobody's on. No, because then I have to keep going till 8:30. So I know a lot of people don't get up that early in the morning, 6 in the morning or so. So yeah. Oh, for those of you that just came in, I'll do that so you can see my background. That's the wedding we held for my son Leo, my daughter Bree. I got more pictures and all that, but this is the one I wanted to show because it's up on the mountaintop. It was such a wonderful time. Woohoo! You got the kitchen up and running, so Wake Up with Jess is back on. Well, hell to the yeah. Let me know when you're going to start doing it, and I'll start pushing it here. Saying, before you come to the morning show, hang out with B&J's Little Farms Breakfast with Jess, or Wake Up with Jess. Yep. But, yeah. I don't know. I am just... And my other son, he's at work still, so I haven't been able to see him or talk to him since the wedding. But I found out on Facebook because, we got my future daughter-in-law connected on that one. Supposedly he got another cat. So now they got 3 dogs and 5 cats. I keep telling them, it's like, look, you make a lot of money, but you need to buy a bigger house if you're going to start freaking housing all these pets. So they have their own little room because, remember, what was that? Remember the movie Queen? I forgot what they called it, but it was basically about Freddie Mercury and the band Queen and the history of it. And you know how he bought this big old mansion and he had a room for every cat? That's where I think my son and my future daughter-in-law are doing. One room for every dog and one room for every cat. I'm like, I don't get it. They need to freaking buy a bigger house. But yeah, just buy a big old plot of land and just build a lot of mini houses for each one of them. What is it called? Bohemian Rhapsody? I couldn't remember. Thank you, Lady D. Yeah. So I'd hate to see him try to be a rancher or a freaking farmer because imagine all the ducks and chickens and roosters and pigs and cows, lambs. Man, he'd go to town just buying all this stuff. I thought it was bad when Mrs. RC went to that auction and filled up the minivan and brought him home and almost gave RC a, coronary. No, I think he's a whole lot worse. Yeah, I could show him how to build like mini condominium dog houses, some for cats, some for chickens, stuff like that. He'll just have to figure out how to run the air condition to him, but that's his problem, and the heat. That's his problem. If it's with wood, I can show him how to freaking work with wood. Some metal. Leo, who just got married, is the welder, so he's more of an expertise welder. Me, my welding looks crappy. So, but hey, as long as it's functional, I don't care how it looks. Half the time nowadays, you want the stuff to look a little semi-used or old or junky, because then the thieves don't want to steal your shit. They're afraid it's going to fall apart, even though it won't. They want to get the stuff that looks really, really nice. But I don't know. So I got like 2 minutes left. So I'm going to do this. Please, as a reminder, pray for Shift because I don't know what time she's in. If she's in surgery now, she's getting out, she's going in. No idea. Like I said, until I get a phone call or a text, I'm on call to find the update. I'm looking at my phone right now. Nada. Nothing on Facebook Messenger. So please keep her in your prayers. And hopefully in high noon, like I said, I'll have word and I can update you on that. And dedication for Shift. Please stay blessed, not stressed. Check on your neighbors. You never know when they might need you, especially with this heat. The older the folks get, the less they want to ask for help. They could do it all by themselves. They don't want to show that they need somebody to help them. But when the heat is really up there and they don't want to say nothing because their AC is broken, yeah, you might be saving their lives. They're not stuck in a sauna or something. Might be just something as easy as flipping a switch to get that AC going for them. So, yeah, and who knows? When you get their age, you might be the one needing help. And you're the one that's going to be stubborn. So remember, tell your loved ones you love them. Even if you're mad at them, you know what's going to happen in 5 minutes, 24 hours. Shift learned that lesson yesterday. Walking up the stairs, next thing you know, she's down and she's got a fractured femur. Yeah. More to come, high noon. Appreciate y'all coming out. And if you didn't hit the thumbs up, please hit the thumbs up. And of course, I didn't hit this earlier. I do have Be Charming listed up top. Please make sure that you're subscribed to her because people are finding out that YouTube's been unsubscribing. Be Charming only needs 24 more to go. And then we got her at the 100 mark. And then we can move on to the next one. And once Shift Kicker gets back, I'm going to have her just kick back, relax, and look at everybody that we're subscribed and is in the family that's under 500, and we'll start getting y'all up to 500. And we'll add you to the list. And love y'all. Please stay blessed. I'm stalling because I'm trying to find my video because I had so many videos on there this morning. La, 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 la. All right. Just remember.
I poop, they wipe. I'm the boss.
Yeah, no matter what you hear in mainstream media, it's not Biden. It's me. Now said. See you at high noon.